Today we're going to make one of my favorite all-time pies. It's a chocolate shoofly pie. And I'm sure it's going to be one of your favorites too. And this is how you make it. And it couldn't be simpler. You're going to need one 9-inch unbaked pastry pie shell, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 1/3 cups of boiling water, 1½ pounds or 1½ cups, a 1-pound can of Hershey's chocolate flavored syrup right there, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 1/3 cups of sifted all-purpose flour, a 1/2 cup of sugar, another 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/3 cup of butter, and we're going to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top. So first let's boil the water, and we're going to incorporate some baking soda and the chocolate into that. It's a very important step that we have to do this. So we're going to throw in our baking soda, whisk it in, immediately get clear, throw in our Hershey's chocolate syrup, whisk that up, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And once this is nice and mixed, we'll turn the heat off and we'll combine our flour, sugar, salt, and our other 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So in a food processor, we're going to combine 1 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/3 cup of butter. And we're just going to combine that till it gets grainy. It'll kind of look like sand. And that's it. It's kind of grainy and very dry. Alright, we've mixed the flour and the sugar and the butter. We're going to take a cup of that and set it aside. The chocolate mixture that we made earlier, we're going to take a cup of that and we're going to set it aside. The remaining chocolate and the remaining flour and sugar mixture, we're going to mix that together. Just throw it all in there. We're just gently going to mix it until it comes together, and it's going to look kind of lumpy, but it'll still be good. So don't worry what it looks like. It's going to be fine. So as you can see, it's still kind of lumpy, still kind of runny, but that's okay. It's all going to congeal once it cools out of the oven. So now the trick to this pie is how you assemble it. We've already have our oven set for 375 degrees. It's already preheated. Put your pie crust on a sheet plate, because this is going to be a very runny pie whenever you take it in and out of the oven. So it's good to have that little extra stability, and it's good to have it just in case it wants to boil over. So the first thing we do is we take our chocolate mixture, just the straight chocolate and water, pour that on the bottom. This is going to be like a 3-layered pie, and you're going to like it a lot whenever it's done. Take the chocolate and flour and sugar mixture, put it over the top. And get it all in there. We take our remaining 1 cup of flour, sprinkle it over the top. So all the flour is on top. The flour, sugar, butter mixture. And we just sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on there. Not a whole lot, but that's it. We take this carefully, and you can see how it's nice and runny. That's why we have it on the cookie sheet. Carefully place that in a 375 degree oven for about an hour. Okay, 60 minutes later, babies, and here we go. Just set this guy out, being very careful on a cooling rack. And let it come down to room temperature, however long that takes. That is the best damn pie that you're ever going to eat. So this pie is set about an hour, and oh, it's the best. I used to ask for this as a kid. Instead of a birthday cake, I always wanted Shoofly Pie. Oh, and it tastes so damn good. Go to cookingandcars.com. I'll have the whole recipe up there for you. Oh, but you got to try this out. It's fantastic.